Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy I see some updates up in here. Yes, I see we have the option where you could turn on your camera. I will not be turning on my camera, just so we're clear. And welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea. Today is Monday, November 4th. And believe me, I got some good tea for y'all today. But we're going to get started in just a few seconds. And everybody, y'all can hear me right? Thumbs up. Oh, okay. I see y'all got your cameras on. Now, feel free to turn on yours if you would like, but this camera will not be turned. In fact, there's actually a piece of tape on my camera lens, so y'all will not be seeing what's going on over here. That is really cool, though. I love the updates. Okay, Cup, can you try to say something? I know you may have to refresh your audio. Let me tweet out my link real quick. And we are going to get started. I'm going to get the sherry tea and stuff out of the way. So it says bug reveal itself when the listener turns their camera on. Ah, so y'all should have did what I did. Don't turn them cameras on. I told you that ain't nothing but trouble. My mouse not even hovering over the icon, honey. I want no parts. Hello, my favorite Taurus. How are you doing? Where y'all don't even have a time change in Arizona? Okay, do y'all want to try to test to see if y'all mics are working? Because if y'all talking, I can't hear you.
Chitlins.
Oh, yes, I heard that.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And that was the kindest thing you've ever said to me. Oh my God.
I'm feeling generous today.
Can you hear me now?
No, stop setting it. Stop messing with your stuff.
Test, test, test. One, two, three.
Keep counting.
Free biscuits.
Auntie, can you refresh on your end? Even come back?
I wonder if this is a whew, issues.
Testing, testing, one, two, three. Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay! I'm so sorry about that, y'all.
No,
No,
we're
it's
sorry
us.
about
It's
that.
us. Yeah.
Maybe it was me the whole time. I was sitting there running my mouth. I was like, "Oh, y'all can't refresh y'all audio," and it was probably me the whole time.
No, no, it's on our end.
Well, anyway, and thank you all. Thank you for Chat Mosa creators. We are grateful to be here and to help y'all working out the bugs and everything. That's what happens when you have a new great site. It's a lot of great things to do. So, and that's that on that. So, like I said, today is November 4th. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea this afternoon. Most of us had a time change and got an extra sleep, except for Will, unfortunately, because where he's located, so he didn't get that extra hour. But he said that they don't participate in that foolishness anyway over there. So, but I went ahead and started watching the Sherry show today, and honestly, it started off very boring. I'm even show y'all a picture of what she was wearing. It looked almost like a nightgown. So this is what she had on her show today. I mean, it's a pretty pattern, but I just as a dress, it just didn't do anything for me. Oh, go ahead, Will.
Can you hear me, Auntie?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. It's like my thing is, I don't know what her aversion is to wanting to dress like the lady who gives the church announcements every Sunday. I don't know what's going on.
It is very ushery.
Yes.
Yes, I can see that. And it was actually kind of boring today, the beginning of the show, because she really talked about her. Y'all know Halloween was last Thursday, and she had a pretty good Halloween show. She did four separate looks inspired by the Met Gala, like her four favorite celebrities, including like Tyler, Kim Kardashian, and so on. And she pretty much spent like a good 13 minutes talking about that. I'm like, girl, this could have been on the Friday show, especially since I know that they record on Thursdays for Friday. It would have been fresh then, and that's when she could have. But anyway, she spent the majority of the time talking about that. And then she mentioned, I don't have a picture for y'all, but she was talking about how the Brat, rapper the Brat, dressed up as Sherry Shepherd for Halloween, pretty much returning the favor from when Sherry dressed up as the Brat. So they had the Brat looking really feminine on Dish Nation. What else she talked? Then she went on to talk about Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz breaking off their engagement. And she was talking about how it was an amicable, friendly break. She was like, "How do you get like a amicable breakup?" And she was talking about her previous relationships and stuff. And she said she should have broke off all of her engagements because her divorce was very expensive. And woo, honey, I remember that she was going through it. Then she talked about Quincy Jones passing away at 91. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. Thank you so much, so much, so much for your contributions. You are Quincy Jones is my childhood, basically. Everything that I watched, everything that I listened to had Quincy Jones in it in some part. So he really left behind a great legacy, and prayers out to him and his family because I know that this is a hard time for them. But rest in peace, Quincy Jones. You most certainly will be missed. But 91, that's a pretty good time. Shit, from the Frank Sinatra band to today, absolutely happy. Everything he pretty much dominated Hollywood. And what I didn't know about him is that he was a high school dropout. I was reading that earlier today. And you know how a lot of times when celebrities die, they usually have like some messiness come up, but you won't be able to find it on Quincy because Quincy he told all his mess himself, so you can't catch him in nothing. Oh, go ahead, Will.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say before you said it, like, oh, Auntie, I think things about to come out in the wash. But yeah, like I like Quincy Jones to like the boomers and the Gen X's are is like the Rodney Jerkins of today, but times 1,000. So it was very unfortunate to hear, but we all gotta leave, be up out of here someday. So it's just remarkable that he has a legacy that will surpass him in many lifetimes. It's something that many people will aspire to. So he left his mark for sure. So he will definitely be missed, but his music will still live on with us.
Hello.
Hey, Quinn.
Okay. Is is it me? I can't. Were y'all talking?
I was, yeah, but we there are some bugs, because Chat mostly has some new features.
I know. I see
And
this
then,
little camera thing,
y-
child.
yes, but unfortunately at the moment it's messing up our audio. You see, Happy says it's not you, Quinn. It's our JavaScript with this mic camera. But we'll work through it. But just if y'all can hear me, then can y'all give me a thumbs up emoji? Awesome. So yeah, we just finished talking about Quincy Jones celebrating his long life. Unfortunately, left us at 91 years of age. He will be missed. And the next thing is Sherry this week. I'm still doing her real good time giveaway. She's giving away a trip to Cancun, Mexico. So y'all should be able to see in slide 2 where you can go to Sherry's site, click on the real good time giveaway banner, and then it's going to ask you for the word of the day. And the word of the day today was sunsets. So I just put that in the chat. Oh, it says our test never included listener. Everyone who tested were speakers. Well, baby, that is why we're here. But if any point that y'all lose me in audio, just let me know in the chat or whatever, and I'll just refresh quickly and come back. See, we talked about the real good time giveaway. That was the last thing. Next, she had Bellamy Young come and interview with her. And when I tell y'all I love me some Bellamy Young, and I believe someone else in this room does too, Calvin. We are Team Melly, and I'm sharing a photo. So she had a really nice interview. And she's what I didn't know. I knew she was from North Carolina, but I didn't know she was from Asheville, where the latest hurricane hit Asheville really hard. So what she was doing, she was on the show pretty much promoting a cause that she's had to raise money for the people of Asheville. And she even talked about meeting Quincy Jones Bellamy. She gave him a good rest in peace shout out. And she done told everybody his middle name. But I didn't know Quincy Jones' middle name. She said his middle name is Delight. So hey, that name is very much suits him. I'm sorry, I know I don't see in this chat Melly was so annoying. Oh, she was not. Don't come for her. She had to go through and endure a lot. So Happy says she's going to clear cache on the server. So does should I kind of give it a moment and be quiet for a little bit? Okay, so okay, keep talking. So I keep talking. So she said that Quincy's middle name was Delight. She talked about the importance of voting because she famously played the president, the first female president on Scandal, and she was far from annoying Cup.
She was annoying though.
She was not. She was not too much on Millie Grant, honey. Not too much. She was just a woman scorned. That was all. You would be annoying too if you had to put up with your man sleeping with Olivia Pope.
But it was a choice though.
Touche. And then Sherry, she showed a clip to where Tony Goldwyn, he was back on Sherry's show back in April. And they shared a clip how Tony was saying, he played her husband, Fitzgerald Grant, on the show. And Tony Goldwyn was pretty much saying that Bellamy was like the glue that held everybody together in the cast. She was her bubbly personality, and you can even see it during this interview. It was just she was just so giggly and perky. But they were pretty much saying how she held the cast together. She was the one who remembered everybody's birthdays, celebrated everybody's accomplishments, and all of that. So she was like the group's big sister, is what he said. So she and her Scandal castmates still talk, and they hang out to this very day. And
Hmm.
also, what she was on the show I'm talking about, where fans actually have a chance to. I'm about to share a picture. Y'all probably will have to blow that up. But they actually have a chance for fans to be on a table read with the cast of Scandal by donating towards the hurricane and or for the people of Asheville.
But what's the table read for though?
So what actors do with a table read when everybody, all the actors, people who play their parts, they read all their they pretty much read the script from front to back.
Yeah, but I mean, like, are they gonna do it? Like, are they gonna do a reunion episode, or like, is it just to interact with these people? Like, oh yeah, I know your lines.
Yeah, I think it's just to interact with these people. Oh yeah, I know your lines.
Oh,
So-
okay, yeah.
and I see Will that this is a very hot take. Will said hot take, never seen an episode. Baby,
Wow, wow, that's
Wow. Wow.
crazy.
Wow. Why am I
I'm gonna
not?
tell you,
baby.
I was late to the table. Well, once I was at the table, you hear me?
Baby.
And
Wow.
I won $100 at a watch party. At a watch party for Scandal, I think it was like one of the finales or something. I won $100. Shout out to Scandal for that, cause I need them
Nice.
$100.
What? Why is Cup here? Cup, ain't you got a job?
Marcia,
Cup is
be
allowed to
nice.
be here.
Cup, ain't he at work?
Ooh, wow.
He's a multitasking cup.
Oh, he must just be listening. Cause Will got his blue hand up. Fuck that.
Let me just tell you, can I just make the comment that it's
Wait, that
very interesting. It's
hand
very what, Marcia?
is that a look here? Don't be fucking what, Marcia? I ain't seen you in God knows when, and you going what, Marcia?
Because I was trying to make a comment and you was just interrupting my comment. Hey girl, how you doing?
Let me get my blue and up like Will. Where is that? Where the blue and at, Will?
Lord have mercy. I just wanted to comment that age did Tony Goldwyn very well because
Hmm.
baby, let me tell you, old school Tony from the ghost Tony. Mm,
Hmm.
Who's where is the blue
yeah,
hand? Where the hand at? I can't see the hand.
it's at the bottom. Do you see the emoji, Mark?
It'll say raise hand right beside the emojis.
Hmm. Post to the nest. It's in between post to the nest.
Oh, I don't see shit. Well,
You just
goddamn.
did a you just did an emoji. If you were able to click that right to the left of that, it says something that says raise your hand. Raise hand. You
I don't
click
She
on
don't
see
have her
that.
that.
glasses on.
Oh
I ain't
Lord.
goddamn raise hand. I see the shake hand. I see this a hand.
Click off
I
of that.
see.
Click off of that. Click off of that and let it go
Oh no,
down.
it's so Happy actually just put in it's not Marcia, it's a bug. And Marcia is actually a listener.
Ooh, not cup. I seen you, cup. I seen
Oh, it's recorded. Shit.
Hmm. So
it.
Marcia, what we recommend to you would be to refresh.
Where you go to refresh? Up here?
Yeah, or refresh your browser or wherever you listening.
We saw you, cup.
And I'm saying Will had his hand up. What Will, sorry about that. Ruckus, what were you gonna say?
That's okay. I was going to respond to Quinn. I was like, Quinn, you may have been late to the table. However, I'm not even in the same house yet. So
Oh,
it might be another 3 years before I even watch an episode of Scandal. It just never caught my attention.
baby, once upon a time in 2012. You could not get on a what was it, a Thursday night at 10 p.m. or Eastern. Baby, that was a scandal apocalypse. Your timeline was flooded with tweets about hashtag scandal ABC. Baby, that was a time. It had Black Twitter in the chokehold. It most certainly did. I know I was part of that. And Marcia has her hand up.
Scandal had a chokehold on me. Mm.
Baby, woo.
Ooh, well, that's because you ain't had my wig to wear. Run me my wig, Will.
Run her wig. And the last thing that Sherry was talking about on her show, it was Andre Holland. He was y'all probably remember him from Moonlight. So he interviewed with Sherry. He was actually promoting his new movie, Exhibiting Forgiveness, with co-stars Andra Day and Anjanou Ellis. So
I've
they pretty
never
much,
seen Moonlight.
yeah. I'm glad that movie exists. Let me just start off by saying that I'm glad that story was told. I just personally did not connect with it. I feel like it's for a particular type of black guy that usually falls on the more masculine presenting side. So yeah, it I didn't connect with it personally, but it was beautifully shot. And the actors in the movie did really, really well, including him, Andre Holland. So what was interesting about Andre Holland in his interview, he actually said he just enrolled in Harvard's divinity school. So he comes from a family of ministers. He said his granddaddy was a minister and his father was a pastor in another kind of way, not traditionally, but he said he ministered in other ways. But he talked about his father unfortunately passing away, so he's taking the torch and doing his thing in divinity school. So maybe we'll see more of him being a. I wonder how his congregation gonna feel about him playing a former DL man, but that's another story for another time.
He going to what school? Divided school. What?
Divinity school to become a preacher.
Oh, that's what you call it. Divinity.
Hmm.
Run me my wig, Will. We gotta go to Divide School.
Come on, Divine School. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the Sherry show. So now, baby, let's get to the tea, honey. And do I have some tea for y'all? They were carrying on over the weekend, honey. Well, first of all, I'm about to share an article from the New York Post. Will say wig pun the trash. So today is actually Sean Diddy Combs' 55th birthday, and he's celebrating his birthday behind bars, of course. But
Is
what
he
I have,
good for him?
he is. But what I have is what he's having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's what this New York Post article shows. So it says Diddy has started his day with items like biscuits and gravy, oven brown potatoes, bread and oatmeal. However, his choices are better as the day goes on. It says lunch that he had today that was served at 11 a.m. His lunch includes cheese pizza, Italian pasta salad, and green beans. And the Post has actually confirmed this with the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Now, his birthday
Uh,
dinner, which will be served at 4 o'clock today. Go ahead.
uh. Now the question is, what is he doing to get these dinners?
Oh, well, they are required to feed him like 3 meals a day by
Yeah.
law.
And
Unfortunately, he
what?
should starve, but
I mean, what contribution of lotion is he donating? Soap,
honey,
baby
probably
oil,
all the lotion his commissary could buy.
baby oil,
Ooh.
Vaseline, the grease that they cook the pasta in, gravy.
Hmm.
It's a long list. Let me behave
Yep.
myself.
Well, his dinner list that's going to be served at 4 p.m. today. It says options are chicken or tofu fried rice with black beans and carrots. But one thing I don't see on this list is cake. So it don't look like he's going to be getting any birthday cake. And this funny part is last month his attorney, Mark, how you say that man's name? Mark Agnifiglio, whatever. But he disclosed that the food is probably the worstest part of Diddy's jail stint. So that tickled me. But that's that on that. Prayers down, Diddy, for your birthday. Now, some other Diddy news I have, and this is actually very, very messy. So one of his this guy is claiming his name is Courtney Burgess, and he's allegedly a really close friend of Diddy's for 35 years. He says that he's not really rocking with Diddy anymore. I'm sharing a link here from the Daily Mail. And shout out to the dailymail.com because woo, it has a lot of my tea today. I'm telling y'all. I'm just seeing this cup, this comment from Cup that we have a little David cake for him. Shut up, Cup. So yeah, so Courtney Burgess though, he was actually just on Ashley Banfield's her y'all probably remember her from CNN. She has a show on News Nation, and he was on there pretty much because he actually testified for the grand jury. That's the crazy thing about this story. And he's claiming that he knows who was in them NDAs, he knows certain celebrities that were part of it, and he speculated that 2 or 3 of the 8 celebrities that he's referring to were underage, and they were part of these freak offs and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is actually play a little clip. It's about almost 2 minutes long, and we're gonna watch this together, and then we're gonna come back and talk because there's some more to this story, honey. And where is that clip that they had in this article? Oh, here it is. me see. It might show an ad at first, and if it does, I truly apologize.
I thought earning money from
Yep,
travel blogging
it
was only
did.
reserved for big bloggers who'd been in the industry for years. Turns out I was completely wrong.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know
Appeared
if
to
they
be.
were right.
Sure.
Appeared to
Let
be
me rephrase
right,
it.
based on yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence of
All
drugs?
of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appeared to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah.
Meaning
Victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
Baby, did y'all see that?
My problem
Messy.
My problem is, if you knew about this before, why does it take that nigga getting in trouble for you to speak up? I don't like that shit. I'm sorry. I don't care. Oh, you separating yourself now because you're not benefiting from the relationship anymore and you don't want the stink of Diddy on you. But if you knew that at the case, you sitting here high and mighty, oh, it was 8 of them that was getting assaulted, it was 8 of them, this and that, third, they were inebriated, they were this and that. Even if it was just you watching a video, you just happened to come across the video. The fact that you did not speak up until now, especially with you knowing that there were underage people, can identify underage people, and they were intoxicated. I don't want to hear none of that shit because you're complicit.
I agree. What Will say? He had his hand up. Did I miss it?
No, I
This is,
think
huh?
Will is still on mute.
Huh?
I think Will is still on mute.
Oh, he had. I guess it must have been. Oh, he had his hand up. My thing is, I agree with what's with you. They know all this stuff, and now everybody's snitching. Is that Will hand up again, or the shit glitching?
No, his hand went up again.
Okay, go ahead. Run me my wig. Why Will?
Hello?
Oh,
Can y'all
yeah,
hear me?
Uh-huh.
yeah. I
Yeah.
can hear you
Oh,
now.
I am tired of this church. So, no, I agree with Quentin for sure. And there's one aspect of it though that I had to do a little digging further into it, and they're probably complicit by force. You know, we still don't know the what was it? The
You
reach
are
that
a
Diddy had.
big, grown black man complicit to another grown black man. They be quick high mighty alpha this and that. I'm a boss. No. If it was a woman, maybe. If it was a woman, oh, I didn't want to be blocked out. I didn't want to do that. He is somebody. I don't even know who that nigga is. I have never heard of him in my entire life. So he is not a celebrity. He's a celebrity adjacent. So you got all these secrets that you done kept for however long you done kept them. And now when it's convenient for you to tell the truth, you're telling the truth instead of speaking up long ago. But no, when it don't benefit you no more, that's when you got your truth to tell. And how do you
Mm-hmm.
explain that to the people that you're telling that truth about?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
With his
Can
CPAP
I?
act. You see how his
Can I?
neck was big? He got a CPAP machine beside him in his bed.
Ooh, Marcia.
I would like to finish my statement, if I may.
Yes, please.
Hey,
I'm
go
sorry.
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead, legs.
Considering what we know from the accusers and these lawsuits and all of the patterns that they are sharing, that isn't exclusive to them. Like we still don't know the reach that Diddy had in terms of power is concerned. So naturally, for them to speak out would put themselves, their families, all of them at risk. So I could understand why they would wait till they felt some sort of safety with Diddy being incarcerated, that they wouldn't there would be less retribution towards them. They can keep themselves alive. So I could understand why exactly they waited, but I'm glad they're telling or they're expressing what they viewed at that time. So that's what I've come to realize as well. I was like, you know what? Yes, complicit, absolutely. I agree with you, Quinn. I agree with you, Marcia. But the one part that was missing in all this is to why they were complicit, and it all boils down to safety, and they don't want to be unalive. They don't want their families to be harmed because Diddy was tracking these people's locations at all times because he know he was doing some foul, dirty ass shit. So
Yeah, I agree. Cause look at that man. He ain't never miss a meal.
right,
He
which is
was a
what I'm
fat
which is what
cat.
I'm saying. I agree with y'all. Like, yeah, he's a big old man, but he don't have the amount of power and the reach that Diddy has, and he's there. Yes, of course he's there. Of course he has some responsibility to say something, but it's all about being strategic as to how and when he says those things because he wants to keep himself safe. The same thing with Kalina when she came out and she made a statement. I knew exactly where she was coming from because naturally, I'm pretty sure she has some ties to Diddy still, and I'm pretty sure that she was kicking her money on the back end to keep the secret safe. But there's so many different layers to it. It is not as black and white as it seems on paper. So I'm hoping more people feel safe enough to speak out and build more of a case against him because that man is not coming out of jail anytime soon. Like
He is
if those
not. He
right,
is not.
if those tapes are available to the grand jury, I wouldn't be surprised. And God forbid, I don't wish this upon anybody, any of the victims involved. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually leaked to the public in some capacity. And I don't wish that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
But that is, the part that's so crazy. You know, Biggie must be crying because look what his boy be coming to. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Biggie is probably like disappointed. Look what his boy done came to. And all these secrets. No secret ever stay hidden. It always rise like cream, like sugar on grits. I'm upset with this church. This church is not clapping. Hello?
Marcia,
Hello?
what? Hello, Marcia.
What?
What you said?
I say, Biggie in heaven just disappointed about his boy.
Are you crying?
No, I'm trying to act like Biggie.
Hun, you a mess. Well, honey, and you saying that Big is in heaven is very generous. But I digress.
Listen.
Now I
Listen.
love
Wherever
Biggie just as much as the next millennial, honey, but I don't think you in him.
wherever he is, because like Will said, Puffy ain't coming out of jail. So he might as well get comfortable and order all the baby oil he need on commissary. Cause baby, you ain't coming out unless you coming out of the body bag. But
Well, baby, and thank you all for Marcia. Can you hear me? Or can
no,
anybody hear me in the room?
I can
Yes.
hear you.
Oh, okay.
Cause this church is not clapping.
I'm just making sure. I just had to refresh. But basically, what's going on is that Diddy's attorneys is actually trying to silence Courtney Burgess, and this news just broke today. And what it says attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs, Mark and Tony, submitted a letter to the federal judge overseeing the hip hop mogul sex trafficking and racketeering case, asking him to expedite their motion for a gag order on the witness, citing a deluge of improper pretrial publicity. Let me say that again. This is by way of ABC News. It says the statement made by certain individuals are undermining Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial and the integrity of the grand jury proceedings. It says the lawyers hit out specifically at Combs' former friends, Courtney Burgess, the guy we were just talking about, who has claimed in multiple interviews that he has seen videos of major celebrities being victimized at the Diddy's notorious freak off parties. These stories have spread. The attorneys go on to say these stories have spread rapidly through the media and created the impression that such video exists, which is false, and the government is actually crediting his sensational claims, which is profoundly prejudicial. The lawyers argue. So this is messy. Diddy's attorneys is doing what they need to do. So Happy says we can hear you, but you were breaking up. And that was probably because I was on that other website reading, and that website was just giving me a lot of trouble. But basically, long story short, what I was saying is that his attorneys they wrote a letter to the judge that says that this is Courtney Burgess and his statement is unfair to Jitties, is prejudicial, whatever words were used and all that. So I'm gonna continue to follow this story to see. The judge has not responded as of yet that I last read, but we'll see where this goes. So before I move on to the next story, did anybody else want to comment? Because I know it was a lot of information that we just went through. Now the next story that I have for y'all, again, shout out to Daily News. They have a lot of my tea today. So what I didn't know is that Quincy Jones claims that he once dated Ivanka Trump in a bombshell interview.
I feel like I remember that.
I didn't. Child.
what about Trump daughter? What happened?
Quincy Jones dated her.
He loved milk, but I feel like I remember that
Quincy,
vaguely.
no, Quincy that just died.
Yes,
Yes.
girl.
He used to date Ivanka.
Yes, and
I
it says Quincy Jones once claimed he dated Ivanka Trump in a bombshell interview where he described her as having the most beautiful legs, but the wrong father. It says Quincy
what
Jones,
and
who just passed away, he told New York Magazine's David Marchese in 2018 that he went on a date with the former first daughter back in 2006 when Ivanka was 25 and Jones was 73.
I feel like low
Uh,
key. I feel like I very vaguely remember that.
was she? Was she? Was she bored? He ain't had nothing to do.
What kind of sort of? Because the story goes on to say it says in the shocking discussion, he called Trump a crazy motherfucker and a megalomaniac narcissist. As he revealed, I used to date Ivanka. Marchese was blown away by the information, pressing Jones for further details, where he explained at the time Tommy Hilfiger had been working with his daughter Kadada, who's a former model, and Kadada told him that Ivanka wanted to have dinner with him. He was like, he said, Quincy said, I said no problem. She's a fine motherfucker. She has the most beautiful legs I ever saw. Wrong father though.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that very vaguely, but I feel like I remember that.
That news skipped me, honey. That skipped my radar. I definitely don't remember any of that.
I mean, like, what she was trying to looking for a husband, or she was trying to. I mean,
Maybe.
his. eh, Them was some struggling ones that would have been trying to get to her.
Listen, if you are gonna marry an old man, honey, Quincy Jones was definitely the one you needed to marry.
Well, could he reproduce? Was he
Hmm.
reproducing?
I don't know. That's a good
Uh,
question.
uh, yeah, how many kids she had? Ivanka, about four with that crypt keeper.
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow them like the her nor her husband Jared. I want no parts.
Oh my God. Ugh, that man looked like a. Ugh, let me stop because we recorded. Auntie, you killing me with this recording.
Well,
You
I'm
are.
recording this so because a lot of people unfortunately not able to make it live like you are. So thank you for showing up live. But shout out to those who are listening at a later time. Y'all matter too.
Oh Lord, you're stifling my you know, my creativity.
And Cup, he answered your question in the chat. He said that they have 3 kids, Ivanka
Yeah,
and Jared.
I know he wouldn't know the answer to that question. Or he might have Googled it. He probably Googled it because he's sitting there at his desk. David is no longer working.
Yes,
Wait,
honey.
Auntie, what?
Yeah, so y'all know, as promised, I keep following the Dave Grohl situation, and he's the one who was slinging that foo fritter, as Willis, as not Willis, Will mentioned. He was slinging his foo fritter left and right. So before he announced the news about his outside baby, he did retain a divorce attorney. So it looks like he's no longer working with this divorce attorney. It says shortly before announcing in September he becomes the father of a new baby with another woman. But now an insider said that he changed his tune. He's no longer working with the divorce attorney and instead hoping to work things out with his wife. So, but they still walking around here. Neither one of them wearing their wedding rings. Is what this because I just shared a people link.
Girl, let him go.
Foo phallus, yes. And he was slinging it left and right. But now the Foo phallus, he's unretained his attorney in hopes to
Mm,
work it out with his wife, honey. You better just
She
girl,
have
better
let.
leave his ass. Leave
hmm
him.
But you know what I want to say? I wonder if Diddy had to do a a regular STD physical.
I'm sure he has.
I mean, on a weekly basis, because all like, what was that white man that killed himself in prison? What's his name?
Epstein.
Epstein. He make Epstein look like he won't doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
Did he? Or Epstein? Which one was worse?
Oh, I don't know, honey, because Epstein had a whole island, so I don't know, and they called it Pedophile Island. So that's a good question. I don't know.
Did Diddy had a lot of baby oil.
But he won't
Um,
doing it at nobody's island. He was doing it at his houses. That's on land. I don't know. Yeah,
and
like
well,
Cup
how many
said, they are both
acres? How
monsters.
many acres? Like, I mean, we don't know what type of tunnel was going wherever them tunnel was going. Just like people say, all these rich celebrity, them that I don't want to call their name, them rich one, the rich ones. They knew about his dirtiness. They all knew. They either knew, cause like in my country, Jamaica, You always have that one person where your family say, "Eh, you see that man car, you go left. Don't go over." You know what I'm saying? All these
Mhm.
people knew, and like Quinn said, they just swept it on the curb. And like Will said, people were a fear of you fear him because, like Will said, you don't know how far his reach is, and you know what I mean. Like I'm saying, Diddy needed to get a real Jamaican come up in there trying to do something. Oh, boy,
Child.
I don't care how much money you got. Whew, Jamaicans, some Caribbean people, mm-mm, they
But we
go.
talk
You
about now. I know this is not Caribbean, but honey, our next story is over there in Africa in the city. Baby, I'm spilling some international tea today. And Quinn, like me, we follow a lot of Africans. I know I follow a lot of Africans on Twitter, so I kind of seen them posting this man's photo. Oh, and I'm about to share the photo with y'all. Y'all probably have seen this going up and down y'all timeline. Maybe not if you don't follow as many Africans as we do. But this man here, his name is Baltazar Abong Ngonga. I'm sure I'm probably butchering his name, but baby, take a look at this man. This man right here. So who he is? Let me just start off by saying who he is. So Baltazar Ibang Nganga is the Director General of ANIF. It is Equatorial Guinea's National Financial Investigation Agency. His role includes overseeing financial investigations and managing activities aimed at curbing financial corruption in the country. He is married with six children, and he has held a prominent position in the agency, which has significant influence over the nation's financial transparency and regulatory framework. So I'm sharing this photo because how about his iCloud or whatever just leaked, and he is filmed with over 300 over 300 different videos of him having sex with people, including his colleague's wife and other people around the country.
why he got a video it? I don't understand.
Sounds
Baby,
about right. Sounds about right.
Why
baby,
they?
it is messy,
Why he got
messy,
a
messy,
video
messy.
it? Well, I mean, you see, he got six kids. That's six kids that we know of. Them African. You see his eye, Auntie? You see that left eye?
Uh huh. And I was thinking about Chill when I saw because I see some facial asymmetry. I sure
Uh
do.
huh. You
And
see that look? You see that left eye?
And Cup made a
Now,
good point in the chat. He's saying that it was probably recorded due to blackmail, so he can hang it over, hold it over people. That would make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
But y'all see, I just
Dummy.
shared a link that pretty much explains the detail, and it says he is currently the center of a major scandal after authorities discovered hundreds of explicit videos allegedly featuring him in compromising situations. It says the video reportedly includes encounters with high-profile individuals such as his brother's wife, his cousin, and the sister
not
of the president of the Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial
It,
Guinea. He's so nasty for
Thank you.
that. He's so petty for that. And I hope he
his
get everything that
brother's
comes.
wife. He had no boundaries.
Yes,
Lord,
no boundaries whatsoever. Yes, his
that's why I
cousin
tell.
will.
That's why I tell you about them Africans. Mm. I stay away from them. There's a lot of them in the hospital because what I found out today, Auntie, that the U.S. government are the Ukraine refugee. They're
Hmm.
sending them to CNA and LPN school in the United States, and the
Uh-uh.
ones like in the school that they're going to, I forgot, like maybe in Wisconsin or wherever, like 135 CNA graduates from the
Yep.
program. So, and the LPN program got like 300 LPNs in it. And they're trying to get them into, because in nursing and healthcare is a shortage. and they're trying to get them all over the USA to get job. But the problem is there's that language barrier because their English is not that good. And
Mm,
they're it's just crazy. And I have a lot of Africans in my hospital and Haitian. And the way when they try to come and talk to me, and I said, "Move your," and soon as they're, oh, she's Jamaican, they just walk right away. Don't speak to me. Don't speak to me. Don't say nothing to me.
mm,
Don't say good morning. Don't say hello. Don't ask me how I'm doing unless it concerns a patient. Don't speak to me. And I say it out loud for all of them to hear. Because they're nasty.
no, he is really nasty. And then the thing is, these videos are available to see. Like if you type in his name, you can see a few of the videos that have leaked. And honey, he was slinging it left and right, just like Dave Grohl, slinging it left and right.
Just disgusting. And you know his wife not going to leave him.
Of course not.
She not going to leave him. And he probably got other kids out there.
Listen, that is culturally acceptable for a lot
Mm,
of them. That is culturally acceptable. They be hell no, hell no to the hell no no. Try that shit with somebody else.
and his brother still going to stand beside him. Because his brother going to blame his wife.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that more specifically is very taboo.
Mm-hmm. And all them other men, they're not going to blame the women. The women are going to get ostracized. The men, papa, 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 papa. But he going to keep his position. Ain't nothing.
Yep. I saw a few of my followers. They kept sharing this man picture, and then they was like, a lot of them speaking multiple languages. So they was but it just looked like very exciting what they were. I didn't understand what they were saying, but I'm like, you know what? Let me go do my research. Let me see. And baby, what I found was that, and woof, this is egregious, honey.
Mm. One thing I can tell you, them African men are smart and intelligent, and they got a business sense of them. But phew, I
Not
see
all
them.
of them.
Now I see them drowning. I would not throw a rope or a stick to catch them.
Well, guess who
They,
just got new teeth, y'all?
oh
Big
God,
Meech of BMF. He just you remember he was just released from prison not too long ago, and he just got his teeth done, and they actually look really, really good.
he just got from prison and went and got veneers.
Yes, but his actually we're gonna watch a video together because his actually look really good and really natural. And he said his style makes him feels more confident now. So I love I'm always up for a person, especially a black man, building up his confidence.
Who is that? Big what? Is he
Big
big?
Meech.
Is he big?
Mm-hmm.
I thought when they in there they work out.
I know, it's trying to smile again. You blowing money fast on this side. Catch up. I think I'm Big Meech. Huh? Land
Larry
Rover.
Hoover, whipping
Oh,
work.
oh, him.
Hallelujah.
Oh, he
Shit.
went to jail.
Under God.
He's in
Real,
prison.
getting money.
Prison.
Yeah, no, I'm back. And he just chimp. That's way more confidence now.
He went to
But where's
prison.
the before?
Oh wait, they kind of had the before in the video, like you had to really squint and watch it to see because I don't think he wanted to do that. And Will said, "Who, honey? He is very, very influential, honey." And everybody was pretty much yelling "Free Meech." I remember them doing it back in 2005. But he is one of the founders of Black Mafia Family. They currently got a show that features pretty much a biopic on their life that is on plays on Stars. And Big Meech's son, Little Meech, plays him in the show. So it's a pretty
Wait,
good
wait,
show.
how long was he incarcerated for?
Child, it was years. I want to say about maybe it had to been I can Google it real quick. Let me see.
Oh my life. No, I'm playing. Wasn't Lil Mitch? Was it Lil Beach? They just was talking about was singing Reading Rainbow song.
No, that was Freeway from Philly.
Freeway. Damn, I know it. You know all these people got their little street names. I don't be knowing these people. I was just like, damn, was that him? Was that the
Quit.
son?
Should
Who
see
was
the
it?
before and after picture with
You
the
said
teeth.
what?
You should have seen the before and after picture with the teeth.
I
Mm,
believe you,
mm,
Marcia.
mm, mm,
So
Marcia.
he was arrested and sentenced back in 2005. So he's just getting out this year. So that's what, a total of 19 years in jail.
Jesus.
Oh
Mm,
Lord.
he went to jail with them the teeth. Mm, 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 mm. He was walking around smiling with them the teeth there? No, sir. He wasn't gum smiling too. He was cheek to cheek smiling. Okay. Well, I'm glad he went and got his teeth done. Good for
Yeah,
him. It do look good, Auntie.
they do
Mm,
look good. And I'm glad he didn't get those big obnoxious ones everybody seemed to get up in Hollywood. It seemed like they all
mm,
go to the same doctor and get them
mm,
same big old teeth that got them looking crazy.
look like bunny rabbits.
Hmm.
And all they need is a carrot.
Now y'all have probably seen this story circulating around on the news. Well, I don't even know why this made news like this because it was just like pretty much kitchen table talk. But Cynthia Bailey, she says that Lenny Kravitz asked for her phone number but never called.
Lenny just being polite. I mean,
Well, so how
Oh,
you couldn't
how it
figure that out
happened?
there.
She says, so it says the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum. She's 57-year old. She said she met the legendary rock star in July of 2023 at Mick Jagger's 80th birthday party in London. But after giving Kravitz, who was 60, her phone number, she never heard back. And she said he was really nice. He said this, she said this on Teddy Mellencamp's and Tamara Judge's podcast. They call it Two T's in a Pod. She shared this on Friday. And it
she
says,
wanted a call back.
heck yeah, when you want to call back from Lenny Kravitz? Heck
Girl, I don't
yeah.
know.
No,
I
thank
don't
you.
know. I don't know.
I'm good, love. Y'all enjoy.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I
know if I
sure
want to
will.
call back from Lenny because Lenny looked like he on some different type of universe.
That's
It's
fine.
not even that. That ain't even my cup of tea, baby. No, y'all got it. Y'all can
Look,
have
after I
that.
saw that wardrobe malfunction,
Mm.
look, that is definitely my cup of tea, and I go whatever universe he at.
That the wardrobe malfunction. It's not about the cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can sit down and vibe with Lenny because we in different type of universe. I need me a simple. You're not simple, but he
A
too right.
nose ring wearing.
Nah, I just need me a different type
He
of
a
man.
bad bitch. He a bad no bad bitch Negro. No,
No,
I'm
And I
good.
love it. Mm.
I'm good,
Y'all
Lenny.
can have him.
So, and it says that Bailey noted that Kravis didn't seem overly interested or anything, but he later asked Jagger's fiance, who's named Melanie Hamrick, and she's 37. So that 37-year-old woman going with that 80-year-old man. We'll talk about that later. But
Mm-mm,
Lenny
mm-mm.
Kravitz asked her for Cynthia Bailey's number. And then
Mm-mm.
Mellencamp asked the model, but did he ask for anybody else's number? And then that prompted Bailey to joke, that I don't know. Apparently so. He didn't use my damn number.
But why does she care,
I don't
girl?
know.
Why would you tell that? Why? Are
Mm-mm.
you not embarrassed?
Mm-mm. I'm
Because
telling
ain't no fucking way I'm finna sit here and on God's green earth tell the public, oh, this famous man asked for my number and didn't call me years later. Please
you.
be
Mm-mm.
fucking for real.
Look here. When you said what's his name was 80 years old, Auntie, and I
Hmm.
had a flashback at an 80-year-old patient got his gown on couple days ago. I said, Jesus. That's what she said.
And how
Girl.
recent was this, or how old was this?
So they met at the party. It says it was July of last year.
Girl, and she don't quit fucking playing with us.
She ain't got nothing else to say. Poor
Clearly didn't have no more. That's the only relevance that we got. Oh
mm-mm,
yeah, that man asked for my number. You know he didn't call me. Girl,
mm-mm.
stand
Poor,
up.
Look, I'm kind of glad. In a way, I'm kind of glad she said, even though this is maybe a little bit too deep, but it shows you that even models, even supermodels, aren't immune to quote unquote rejection, if you want to call this rejection. But I just kind of I like the story.
How does she even know that? Did the girl tell her that he asked for the number?
Uh huh. Yep.
I want to
See,
hear any side of the story. Her side don't count.
They actually did reach out to Lenny's his camp for comment, but they haven't heard anything back.
and
Mm,
probably, and he may, it may not even be what she thought it was. But here she go.
mm,
Miss Mama's. She probably had on something that he maybe wanted to try to go find to purchase to wear. But you know what? Girl, Lenny Kravitz. Ugh.
Lenny Kravitz, honey. Look, I kind of, I feel it though. I would feel the way if I gave him, if he asked my number, I gave it to him, and I don't hear anything from him. I would have
She
like, you
didn't
don't got
give it
my
to
hopes
him
up.
though. Did she give it to him?
Yeah,
Or
she
did
she
the
got
friend
the
or
friend gave because he asked the friend, and then the friend gave it to him. To
so
him.
she didn't even give
So
it to
she
him
don't even
directly.
know. So she
She
don't even
wouldn't even
know.
know if the
No,
friend
she
hadn't
don't
told her.
know. Yeah, so that don't
Please.
count. I
She
thought
needs
Lenny
to be
would know that.
embarrassed.
Oh no.
What
I
bring back shame. Please bring back shame. Because you over here telling T about something like you didn't even have a conversation. He didn't ask you directly. He third party you. Please now.
that's third party. That don't count for nothing. That's why his daughter can't
Hey, bro,
act.
you got her number. I'm trying to find out where she got them shoes from. Please.
That's why his daughter can't act. Go sit
She
down
sure
somewhere.
can't, honey. Look, she's just great gowns, beautiful gowns, but oof,
Mhm.
honey.
Good girl, go sit down. Play guitar with your daddy. Wear his
Mm-mm.
jacket. Mm,
Don't do that. Let us
mm.
release
Y'all are
us.
lighting Cynthia up, honey, and I am over here cracking up.
Because is she not embarrassed? I would not be telling nobody, hey, this fine. If I'm assuming she thinks he's attractive. I'm gonna just assume that she thinks that it was good enough of a story that she feels like he's attractive and that he possessed her number. But here, this guy that I like asked somebody else for my number and didn't use said number. Girl, be fucking for real. Because ain't no way. First of all, I'm be like, why you ask so and so for my number and you didn't ask me directly if you would have called.
Maybe it's a
And
celebrity thing. They don't come to you directly. They got to go
it's
through somebody to go through somebody
and
to
if you
get
gotta
you.
listen, if you gotta do all that, you don't need to call me no type of way. If you're a man that I like, please, you gotta be very direct. Leave it alone. And secondly, like clearly it wasn't nothing on his end because he asked the friend, he didn't ask you. And what was their
Mm,
social interaction at the party or event or wherever they was at? Like, come on now.
yeah, she
Is she
said that she's like he didn't seem overly interested or anything.
Yeah, so
So
that means
yeah, I see where y'all coming
could
again?
from.
be it could be a lie.
Why would she lie though? But
But why would the friend?
why are we making up lies? But
Why
also
would
too,
the
she probably
friend say, "Lady wants you"? You know what I'm saying? That's just too much. It's too much.
but why would you hype it up though?
Well,
Why
you
you
see,
making it you blowing it
I
up?
don't get involved in heterosexual business, so I won't.
Okay, wake
Marcy.
that up.
Okay, let's wake that up. I don't
Well, I got
understand.
some more heterosexual business for y'all, honey. And I think
What is
Happy would actually appreciate this story. So Olivia Rodrigo, y'all know who she is. I'm really not that familiar. I know she's a singer or
I don't know
whatever,
who that is. You be naming
but
these people talking about something we know who they are, and I be Googling and trying to figure out who you talking about 90% of the time. We be
Oh,
naming
so Happy
niggas not
said she's
know.
Filipino. I didn't know she was Filipino. Okay,
Oh,
so that's
she
good to know.
happy she's our cousin. Say less. Say
And
say
Will
no
has
more.
in
She
quotes.
mafia.
Will has singer in quotes, but yes. But she just did an interview with Netflix, and she has a first date question. She talked about a first date question that she said that she asks everybody on the first date, and if they answer yes, then she will no longer go with the breakup because she sees that as a red flag. And what the question was, because what it says in a new interview with Netflix, Olivia appeared to be asking about her biggest red flag for dating men. She replied, "This is an oddly specific question that I ask guys on the first date. I always ask them if they think they would want to go to space, and if they say yes, I don't date them." It
And
says
she
she
is not
continued,
wrong.
"I just think." Right, and she said, "I just think if you want to go to space, you're a little too full of yourself. I just think it's weird." But
Yeah,
then,
she's not wrong.
when this was mentioned on Twitter, Elon Musk is his Elon Musk his former wife Grimes, she's the mother of three of his children. She actually commented on his post. She said, "It's true. Only women should be going to space."
Oh
So she is
Lord.
over his ass. I think she got him blocked on his own platform and everything.
But she popped out 3 kids for him, so there's that. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus. But we thank God for deliverance, amen.
Hmm.
Marcia, where your church clap? You was complaining about a church clap.
Also, so it says she had a concert last month and made sure the tickets for the Filipinos are no more than $30. Well, that's what's up.
I know that's right, cousin. I know that's right. I know that's motherfucking right. Who I talked to about getting my card though? Because they gonna look at me and
Okay.
they may not see it all the way.
Well, girl, when you get your car, be sure to send me some lumpia.
Listen,
And so I would ask for some ube, but no, because y'all play too much with that coconut. I don't want no coconut in my ube ice cream. Get it out of
no,
here,
no, no. I
happy.
don't. I don't be wanting. I don't want coconut in my ube either. I like ube by itself.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm gonna need my little card, my little confirmation card, so I can get my little discounts being a mafia. I got something to contribute.
Now, this next story is actually kind of sad, and this is another one that kind of skipped my radar. And if y'all heard about this already, I apologize. But Chris Hemsworth, Marvel's Thor, he actually
Mm-hmm.
revealed that he has autism findings. So he's at risk
Alzheimer's.
of
Yeah.
being Alzheimer's. Excuse me, I said yeah, Alzheimer's. And it says Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth. I'm sharing a Yahoo link that has the story from the blast, and it says Chris Hemsworth has shared a personal health update with his fans month after a sad diagnosis was issued. The active seems to have begun regenerative stem cell therapy, posing for photos with and I'll show y'all the photo in a minute. But he posed a photo with a global leader in regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy, Dr. Adil Khan. Chris Hemsworth revealed that his career could be killing him as it was discovered that he had two copies of the APOE4 gene, which means he's at a higher risk of having Alzheimer's than the general populace. So I didn't even know this was a thing. So it's like looks like a early detection type thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show y'all the picture that they're talking about. It's going to be an Instagram link.
That was one of when before 23andMe became toxic and out there scandalous. That was one of the reasons why I was very excited to do that test, is because of the fact that the 23 part of it was the testing that they were doing, genetic testing that would like give you indicators that if you had any markings for some common or less common genetic defects that they were currently testing for at the time. And one of them was something similar to this, was for markings for early onset Alzheimer's, um, and something else, some kind of dementia. And thankfully, thank the Lord, I didn't have any. For most of them, I
Yes.
didn't have. But yeah, it was something that I like. People have their opinions about doing certain genetic testing and like, oh, they're gonna have access to your this, that, and the third. But for some people, it's absolutely necessary, simply because, or absolutely more beneficial than it is hurtful, because there's things like this, like you find this out early, you can get ahead of it, and kind of get medical help quicker than some people get, and hopefully are able to reverse it or mitigate it more than others who find out late. Same thing, same issue with like cancer and stuff like that. Like it's easier when you know ahead of time, or you're able to predict the likelihood, versus going in blind and just letting nature take its course.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, honey. And yeah, and I'm sorry, and I was also reading what Happy put in the chat. I didn't know about this either, where it says, "Why did the entire board of 23 and Meat resign?" So I actually did a
Hmm.
quick Google search, and it says that so this happened in September. Apparently, it says due to
Yep.
disagreements with the CEO and how you say her name, Wojcicki, and the company's strategic direction and her efforts to take the company private. Oh, messy.
Yeah, because apparently they were trying to be, or I think BlackRock or Black something was trying to buy them, and there was a big issue about that. Um, but yeah, again, like I said, everybody, people were like, "Oh well, you're giving people access to your genetics and blah 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 blah." But honestly and truly, especially if you live in the United States, if you've ever given blood, you've given somebody access to your freaking genetics. If you've ever served in the
Yeah,
military, you've given them
amen.
access to.
Amen.
If you've ever been to a public hospital, they've had access to your genetic material. If you were born in a public
Amen.
hospital, they have
If
access
you
to your genetic
give birth
material.
to a
Like,
public
and
hospital,
unless you have lived your life very private and starting from birth, very private, at home birth, all those things, they have access to your genetic material. So to think that, like, oh, just because you're giving it to them willingly, and benefiting from the fact that, like, they're doing testing that as a individual citizen would cost you a lot of money to do. Like, for me personally, it was a benefit for me, right? I understand the risk, and it was a benefit for me because I was able to connect the dots from a genetic aspect and from an ancestral aspect, because I was able to connect to my father's side's like family members. But there's other people who like think, oh, well, you're gonna be like a Henrietta Lacks or this and that person, and at the end of the day, there's there's people who are smart about what they're doing now. And with 23andMe specifically, like, they had they had options where, like, you can tell them to destroy your sample. Whether or not people believe that they destroyed it or not destroyed it, or, oh, I sent in a sample and they gave me some random stuff. Like, for me, I know for a fact that it worked, because I did a double blind test between them and also Ancestry DNA, and a paternity test at the same time, like three tests in within like 3 or 4 months of each other, and they all came back saying the same thing. But again, some people are like, oh well, I don't want. They're gonna have my stuff, and they're gonna be doing testing. They're going to make copies of me and blah blah blah. But like, literally, all of your personal data, if you have been to anything public, government funded, they have access to it. You're not special. So
Mhm.
that's just how I feel.
I agree. I feel the same way. And I actually, me personally, I did I don't know if y'all heard of family. I never did anything with 23andMe, but I did do a little kit. I spit in a cup for family tree DNA. Only doing it because one Groupon, they had a sale on it where they was talking about get your ancestry in this, but I think it was like only $50 or something like that. It was really cheap. So I did it, and then I was actually very surprised at the results because pretty much I don't think they were entirely truthful. And the reason I say that is because they said that my ancestry came from mostly West Africa, like in the Cameroon area, it said like 12, and that was like I think like 80 something percent. It said 12% British Isle. So I guess white British or something like that. But the interesting thing that it told me was that it had like less than 1% of Native American. Now I know my family background. My it is very much Native American. And the fact that they had like less than 1%, I'm like,
So I will tell you this, right? Which a lot of people don't understand how a lot of the genetic companies work, right? So they aggregate their results based off of the participants. So if they only have, you know, 80%, like at the people that they have to test your DNA against, it's only 80% from one place, and they don't have enough people from another place to test it again, you won't
hmm
get any results from those places. So like Native American, I know, is one that they don't have a lot of like matches with, because there's a lot of people who do not who are known of that community who do not do testing.
yeah,
Same thing with, like, for me, like, um they have not been able to break down some aspects of, like, um my Nigerian heritage or whatever, and that's likely because the group of people that I may share genetic material with, like genetic history with, they don't have records of them, right? They don't have those samples to compare to. So that's why when people are like, oh, it's not true because it said I was one thing, or it says I'm another thing, and um and not realizing that, like, with 23andMe and also with Ancestry, there are data changes, especially if you keep your data, like if you have it where they can use your data to update. It changes based off of the more information that they get in, where they're able to compare and update, and that's why they tell you, hey, if you're participating in this, you're helping us, narrow down. For 23andMe, it's like narrowing down like markers that annotate certain things, right? So like what they're known for is like wanting feedback about what genetics are present within you, right? So like if you have dimples, or they'll tell you that, hey, the likelihood of you having a hair color type, or um a smell type, or like different things, like different little genetic based like quirks. They will tell you the likelihood of those things, and then they will also send you surveys to respond, right? And say, hey, yes, I have this, right? Yes, I have brown eyes. No, I don't have brown hair, I have blonde hair. Or yes, I have dimples. Or no, I don't have an allergy to milk. Or I don't have, I don't think what is it, damn, what's the it's a herb. No, I don't think cilantro. Like cilantro tastes like soap, but like I don't have that. It's a genetic marker, and they'll tell you the likelihood of it, and based off of that, they update their stuff to further make sure, like, to make it more accurate, if that makes sense. Can y'all hear me? Oh no.
Yes, we could hear you. Look here, Auntie. Your church. Hello? Hello? The church is not clapping.
I
This
hear
is
you,
the
Marcia.
talker. Oh, okay. I got a question. You Nigerian?
Who's Nigerian?
You descendant from the Nigerians?
Girl, I'm everybody.
Auntie, I got questions. I could see why you and the chitlin
Not you
and
in the shit.
the McRibs and the boiling of the coffee bean. It's all coming together, Auntie. It is all coming together. And the church is not clapping, Auntie.
Either way, I need to find out if Auntie my cousin.
The church is not clapping because all I got to keep doing now.
Auntie
I'm
just dropped.
hosting. I, I
Auntie,
I'm hosting. I don't even see Auntie no more.
Auntie coming back.
Oh, you can bounce back like that. Okay, church isn't clapping, Auntie.
Yep, the church is in clapping. Yep, and Quinn may be cousins, girl. You never know.
I can see with the chitlin and the McRib boiling.
Yes. Well, I
Ugh.
don't know because I don't know if that's anybody because the rest of my family can't stand it. I'm like the only black sheep in my family who eats that.
Mm,
Hmm.
So
Sound
mm.
about right. Sound about right.
That's what I'm saying. Tomato, 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 lot of tomato. I want to say
so
hi to Chris.
hi, Chris, and thank y'all for sticking with me because I know we kind of running a little over, and I still got 3 more stories to share. But thank y'all for riding with me
We
Yes,
and
ride,
true
taking time out
story.
y'all
we
busy
we
schedule.
we a ride or die. We ride or die. We
Now,
come to
y'all
you.
know when it comes to sports ball, I don't know. Oh, I don't think this link shared right, so I'm gonna delete. I'll just share my screen. But apparently Drake has been in the news with
Oh
someone named
Lord,
DeMar DeRozan. Are y'all familiar with DeMar DeRozan?
no.
Is that football
Okay,
player?
basketball player.
Oh,
So, and I'm
basketball.
about
There
to
you
share
go.
my screen.
One of them. I know it was some sports thing. I one of them. Yeah.
All I saw recently is him apparently acting like a child at a basketball game.
Yep, and that's what I'm about to talk about. And you see here, so you see the headline: Drake gets DeMar DeRozan response after trash talking and mean mugging NBA star. So apparently, what this started because it says Drake has received response from DeMar DeRozan after taunting NBA star during the game between the Toronto Raptors and the Sacramento Kings. DeRozan, who played for many years in Toronto, currently suits up for the Kings. And it says he made his first appearance in Canada this past weekend since he appeared in Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" video and graced the stage at the Compton Raptors pop-out concert. So it says during the game, Drake could be seen staring down DeRozan from his courtside seat and made a number of derogatory comments about the 6'6" player who himself hails from Compton. He said, "If you ever put up a Toronto banner, I'll go up there and pull it down myself," he said during the interview with the Canadian sports network TSN. Well,
Yeah,
DeRozan
because he's
responded
so.
to this. Yep, he responded to this, and he said after the game about the $6 pledge to tear down his banner, DeRozan said, "Well, he's gonna have a long way to climb. I tell you that." So
Hello,
I love when
hello,
straight men
wake it
get
up.
messy.
Welcome, wake it up. Because you was on his. You know what I'm saying? You was out here singing his praise when he was on the team. So what changed? Petty out here
Mm-hmm.
with bees at the end of your head like you fucking a 7 year old.
Honey. Oh, go ahead, Will.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so to add a bit of context to that, like playing with no offense to anyone that likes or plays for the Sacramento Kings. However, that's like one of the teams that you play for when you're 1 foot out of the league.
Uh, Oh.
And that's
Yeah,
fine. But at the same time, Drake, please, you ain't never played for none of them. So there's that.
and
And
he's still upset over.
you're big mad because people align themselves with K Dot versus you. You don't own the world. You gonna be mad at everybody eventually.
And I'm sorry, Will, what were you saying?
Well,
I think he was saying something.
probably I was running my mouth.
Oh. So yeah, well that's that on that. I mean, if anything else come out of this story, I'll continue to update y'all. Even though I only do when sports intersects with hot topics. So
Will is back. Come, Will, come hither.
well, the last two stories that I want these are kind of related. where and again, shout out to Daily Mail. I have two Daily Mail stories. So you remember we were talking about early in the show when I was spilling the sherry tea, and I said that Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz were pretty much trying to have an amicable split. Well, they are
Mhm.
not the only ones. So it looks like both Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they want the perception of having an amicable split. Well, at least Ben does, because I'm sharing this link to first what we're talking about. So J Lo is actually going to be in a new movie, and it says Ben Affleck had massive praise for his estranged wife Jennifer Lopez's performance in the forthcoming film Unstoppable, which he produced on. It says Ben, who's 52, he's in the middle of a divorce with Jennifer Lopez, who's 55, and he told Entertainment Tonight that last night he said Jennifer is spectacular in the role of Judy Robles in the sports drama. He said this on last night's Entertainment Tonight during an interview with Matt Damon and Killian Murphy.
Ooh, we love Killian.
Yeah, we like Killian over here. But yeah, so he's pretty, especially after Jennifer's comment, what was it, like maybe 2 months ago, where she pretty much said that she was working on herself, where she was telling Busy Phillips. So Ben Affleck is staying away from the negativity, it looks like, and he just said Jennifer is spectacular. He's probably only doing this because he has a movie to promote after he produced. But still, it's just kind of nice and refreshing to see.
She's
And
the problem. I am convinced that she is the problem.
yeah, and I believe you are right. Because the things that we have heard, baby. And the
He should
last thing, oh, I'm sorry, boo. What you say?
he should have answered my text.
Ooh,
Ooh.
That's what you get.
and Will has his hand up.
I was just gonna ask, like, then how is he gonna explain the excessive drinking and his
Ooh,
visibly annoyed face every time that they're together in public?
I don't think he can explain it.
Cause I know he motherfucking tired. I know he was like, damn, I spent this motherfucking block. I done got caught in this shit.
He
Yeah.
be looking like he got on his damn nerves so bad, and
And I
he look like he
feel
need a
him.
cigarette.
Listen, I feel him so much. I feel him. Cause once you get to that point in a relation, it's over. Like, it's done. I have a quick question. They just now burying Tito?
Yep, they are. I just saw
Ooh.
that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he done been gone for a little piece now.
He should have answered my text.
Who
No,
is
he
Prayers up.
should
who?
have
Tito or Ben?
been.
How you
Ben,
got when you was texting Ben?
all the time
Ooh, how you got Ben number?
on Twitter.
You got Ben number on Twitter.
No, I was tweeting. Okay,
Oh, you was suing him. You do
what happened was I was trying to. I think it was Chris. I was looking for Chris tag
mm-hmm.
and accidentally be tweeting Ben, but he still should have answered me though.
Oh well girl.
No, because
Uh,
if he had answered me, I would have made him laugh, and he wouldn't have messed with
the heart ones with the heart ones. Okay.
wouldn't have messed with Lopez, because she go to a voodoo woman
Now she go to a voodoo woman.
too. Go ahead, legs.
I was gonna say prayers up to the dance lady and the rest of the family. I know they've been going through it lately. So
Praise
The
up to the
dance
dancing
lady and the
lady.
rest of the family. Who is that?
And Queen Reby and Legend Toya.
The Jacksons?
The Jacksons, honey.
Wait, why are we using those names? I'm confused. What happened? Who? Oh Lord.
Child, it's a long, long story.
it's
Oh
a very
Lord.
long story. I'll share another time.
Hmm. The dancing lady is crazy though.
And the last thing I wanted to share, so I said like these stories are related. So Jennifer Lopez's sister, Linda Lopez, she actually visits Ben Affleck's daughter at Yale. So Violet is currently a student at Yale University, and
That
Jennifer
is so
Lopez
weird.
was a lender. And she looked just Violet looked just
Like,
like her
like
mama,
her
Jennifer
mama.
Garner.
Okay. Let's show
hmm
her face. I was just about to say who Jennifer
I know.
Garner?
I'm just looking at her. She really do look.
Oh no, I lost audio.
No, I think that may have been because I was yeah. But yeah, so they pretty much trying to hold up to that. Everybody's so close, everybody's so cool, and this was an amicable breakup. And look, even my sister, her play auntie, went to go and visit her at Yale.
Is that normal or that's like a celebrity thing? I don't.
Girl, I mean,
No.
it,
Mm-mm.
It's
cause,
normal.
well,
Mm-mm.
cause kind of in my family, so there, I mean, but children are involved, but still, but even like my aunt Lisa, she's been divorced from her husband for quite some time now, but we still chat and we see him out, and I just saw him not too
How
long ago.
how long were they married for?
Girl, it was years, years on years on
You
years.
see you see the difference.
Okay, touche, touche.
I was your auntie. Don't use your family as example in
Ooh,
situation.
but what we
Okay.
can do?
Yeah, you're right. My family may not be the best example for you. I
Yes.
love y'all.
Yes. We love you. We love your family that don't use the vowel in their name when they are going to christen or name their children or any form of your family have y'all own English dialect. Okay?
Okay, you see, happy put in chat reminder recording.
Oh yeah, because I sure enough be cussing. Oh sorry.
No, she's
No.
talking about my family.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know we are joking.
Of
So
course,
it's a joke and it's a continuous joke cuz I love me some auntie.
and it's all in love.
It's all in love. So, you
And Will
know,
got his hand up.
I'm on that damn blue hand.
No, I'm sorry, that was an accident. My bad.
Well, y'all, that was all the tea I had on this extra long Auntie Derek's Daytime tea today. So before we head out, I always want to ask y'all, did y'all have any tea you wanted to share or anything that I might have missed?
Yes, Will, run me my wig.
Run her wig.
I will not. And I did have one thing, but it's sports ball related, so I'm not sure.
Oh, go ahead.
Um, but Vince Carter was honored with having his number retired in Toronto. So that's kind of a
Period.
big deal. He's been playing for a very long time, so he got his well deserved flowers recently. So I just want to call that out.
Wasn't he one of the original I don't want to say like foundational players?
That is correct.
Okay, I know. I might know a little certain sometimes.
Oh, I just looked him up. Huh? He is bald and bearded, honey. He looks good. Okay. Shout out to
Look,
Vince Carter. I don't know who you are like that, but you nice looking.
We so share the picture, Auntie. Well, dang.
Oh, I just Googled. Let me see if I can find one to share with y'all.
a
Who
fellow
As a,
Floridian. You know us Floridians gonna do something. You know what I'm saying?
in fact, I can maybe find a story about his retirement and share. It looks like yeah, because there's some breaking stories. And here's one from Barstool.
Okay. Look at you, Auntie, knowing where to go to get the story. I'm so proud of you.
But yeah, it pretty much reiterated what Will said. This Vince Carter jersey retirement in Toronto was one of the best things you'll ever see.
Okay, Vince.
Sh- Shout out to Vince. And
Two.
Happy also put in the chat, vote. Yes, please. If you have not already voted, I took advantage of early voting, so I'm done my part already. But
I
yes,
got
if
my
election day is tomorrow, please, please, please exercise your right to vote.
I got my notification saying that they received my ballot. So you know what I'm saying. All of them people
Yay!
can quit texting me
Oh no,
and
baby,
calling
they still gonna
me.
text you because they want you to
They
get your
still
family
gonna
and
say,
friends to to vote too.
Listen, I think the last time I may have pissed somebody off because I basically was like, "Bitch, don't you ever in your life." But I thought of something clever to say. Now I'm like, if you don't stop texting me, I'm gonna write somebody in.
Lord Jesus. Well, Auntie, I'm so glad I was able to stay and to the end of one of the shows.
I'm glad you were too, and I appreciate every last one of y'all. Now, any other before we head out? Anybody got any other tea?
No tea. Did Chris say hi to me?
He did indeed.
Let me go back there in the chat and look. Let me put
Oh, he
my
said that stupid hippo is no longer cute. I never thought it was cute. From ever since I learned that hippopotamuses are murderers, honey, I ain't think that thing was cute from the beginning.
The
You better no, you better leave
what's
the
her
moon dang alone. Moon
Hmm.
dang.
Okay, you better let Moodang live, okay?
If I see
Yeah.
Mudang, I'm calling the police. Y'all got me
You
messed
better
up.
not. You better not.
Why she small? She cute. She
Uh-uh.
she is a terrier. She is.
That
Why
big
she
ass mouth will
small? She
chomp
is
off my whole leg. No, ma'am. I want no parts.
cute.
Who is Booty?
Moodang is a hippo, and she's Vietnamese.
And what happened to her?
She was going viral for literally like a month. She was going viral. Everybody just had pictures of her everywhere, all over Twitter and social media. Cause she cute, you know.
Hippopotamus
Mm.
are dangerous.
They are, but she little. When she get a little bigger, we'll forget about her. We'll be on to the next little cute animal. But
Mm-mm. If they can identify serial killers and children when they be killing little animals and stuff like that, they should be able to know about Mudang or whatever the little girl name is. I want no parts of it.
she little. When she get bigger, when she get like teenage size, then we'll leave her alone. But she cute right now.
She is not cute. I just look, no, sir. I'm like,
Yeah.
Auntie, I'm staying away from them hippo. Them hippo
Look
is
at
dangerous.
her.
Baby
She
and mama.
No,
Mm-mm.
she
ma'am.
fucking up some food.
No,
Mm.
ma'am.
No, man.
And you know what else should fuck up? Your flesh. Y'all better stay away
I
from that little
mean,
girl.
who said I was gonna let her touch me? Because she way in Vietnam. How who finna go over there
Right.
for her?
Mm-mm.
Who named her?
The people, the Vietnamese people named her. I forgot what it means. Yeah, I
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
think it's like jiggly pig or something. It's something like that.
Not Jiggly Pig. Oh my,
It's something like very literal, if I'm not mistaken.
that's
Mm.
Pootie.
That ain't jiggly. That's dangerous.
But she little, and she
Mm-mm.
nowhere near you yet.
Mm-mm. No, ma'am. I want no parts, honey.
Well, it was a pleasure.
It was indeed. I adore y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. Thank you for sipping tea with me. We will be back Wednesday. Tomorrow
Bye.
is election day, so please vote. And I love you all and have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Mudang means bounty pig or pork patty.
Oh, that's
Mm,
still terrible.
that's awful.
It's all
Bye, y'all.
Bye.